Hello everybody and welcome back to Autocraft! I have not said that in a hot minute, and there's been a pretty good reason as to why I've not. But before I get into that, I am going to remind you all and me that I need to do G5, which is the one right next to the iceberg. So I am going to head over there and start working on it. And while I'm working on it, I guess we can have like a bit of a catch up. So in between episodes, I have been working very hard on getting my mini game completely finished, and I am delighted to announce it actually is, and I'm very happy about that. But before I get to reveal it to you lot, I want to just get the others to quickly test it, make sure it's all working, and hopefully at some point in the future you'll see an episode all about the new mini game. I am a little bit concerned that it might not be as great as everyone is expecting it to be, but I think that's just part of like the fears of, you know, creating. Everyone who creates something always has the internal fear that whatever they're making isn't going to be as good as they thought it would be, which is basically what I'm feeling kind of now-ish, I would say. And it's not fun feeling like that. This is the river biome, right? So I kind of want to have it as a bit of a river in the middle. Maybe I need to remove that bit and that bit. But I've also been a busy bear with making sure that... Well, no, I haven't been making sure that my shop is completely restocked. That's a big thing that I need to work on, but I just haven't been because I've been so... I guess fixated would be the word on my fun minigame. Woo! But I'm super excited to show it off to the world, really. Well, maybe not the world, but at least you guys. Alrighty, we can take the borders down and we can now start working on making this an actual river. But I think what I'll do first is have a little snooze, because it's definitely getting dark over here. So we're going to do the usual thing with dirt, which is make sure there's 3 blocks between the dirt. Actually, no, we're not. Oh, hang on. How is this going to work? The river. Oh no, wait, I'm being dumb. Ignore me. I mean, you can just skip past this bit or I'll edit it out. I do need a grass block, so I might snatch that one from down there and bring it up. But what I'm going to do is fill in the rest of it with dirt, and I'll catch up with you when I've did that. It's probably going to take me about 5-10 minutes, but maybe not, knowing how distracted I get. Okay, so that now looks more like a river. Well, it doesn't, because it just looks like a dirty mess, but that's fine. It's going to start looking wonderful now, because I've placed down a single little grass block. And while that spreads, I'm not going to worry about the water just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into the neighbouring biomes, or the chunks, and start making it so that the stone reaches all the way down to the ground. I'm supposed to have done that for the nether one, but I really haven't, because I cannot be bothered. So I'm going to quickly do that, and I'll let you know when I've done that. Alrighty, so it looks a lot nicer, I think. Yeah, it looks a lot cleaner, especially over here. And I did move the dirt down a little bit. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't know if I love it or hate it, or if I'm just accepting it at this point. And I did the last few bits over here as well, and I'm really liking how this chunk is looking now. So all I need to do now is wait for the grass to... Oh, I fell. All I need to do now is wait for the grass to continue spreading, which is doing very nicely, by the way. Nearly reached the other side. And then I'm going to just give it a bit of bone meal. I think this area over here, like this little bit over here and that little bit over there, is going to be the top parts. And then, like with the frozen lake, we're just going to have this one, and this bit all filled with water. Suppose I could probably fill this one up with water now, because I don't need to worry about that sort of stuff. About grass spreading and that. Oh, why is it doing that? All I need is a infinite water source like that one there, which was very barely a water source. For some reason I do seem to be losing my voice. I'm not sure how that's happened. I was totally fine about a minute ago. Might be because I haven't actually spoken properly today. Alrighty, so that's all sorted. Now all I need to do is just wait for the grass to get to the other side and fill the rest in with water. And I need to get torches as well. Maybe I'll do a bit of behind the scenes thing. I haven't done that for a while. Ooh, look at that. So what I'm going to do is get rid of the tall grass, the flowers, and hopefully grass will continue to spread. Alrighty, the water is in, the grass has spread to the other side. Little bits of grass are growing everywhere. I'm kind of loving this area at the moment, I'm not going to lie. So, now I get to do the joyous task of removing the stone that's keeping the water in place, because I don't want it to be flowing on top of each other. So it can just flow quite nicely into the iceberg biome. So it can just do that and chill. Hopefully. If I've done it correctly, it'll be nice to look at. Or I'll just, you know, accept gravity. There we go, that's not... there's something. Don't know how I feel about that. I like that you can look into it. I really don't know how I feel about it. I think it's too lopsided because it's quite narrow on that side and then it's quite chunky on that side. But I think I just need to allow myself to do things that aren't always the same. I need to spread my wings, let it be different. And then I'm going to break these 2 blocks down here. And then I'm going to break these blocks. And then I'll find out in the future what that is supposed to be, but you know, that's not a today problem. Oh, it might be. But what I am going to do now is I am going to go give the map a bit of an update and let the grass keep on spreading, because that's the thing that takes the longest with these projects. And while that's happening, I can find out which biome is gonna be next. Alright, here we are at the map. G5 has just been done, and it looks okay. It looks a little bit weird, but I think that's just because of how the water's flowing. I think in time that's going to end up looking kind of better, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of just hoping that it doesn't look too bad. But I'm going to say that G5 is G done. I don't know what that was supposed to be. But we get to do the joyous task of finding out what biome we are going to make next. Woohoo! And then after that, I think I might just sleep away the night. So, pressure plate, off we go. Netherrack, back you go. Netherrack can go there for now. And paper, picked up. Alrighty, let's find out. So, it's an E, maybe. Do we have many E's done? We don't actually. We've only got 3 done. Yes, we've done E2, E3, and E4. And we're going to roll again because I've done E2. Have I? Yeah. It was the oak forest thing. Alright. Looks like we're back to re-rolling. But actually, let me put the papers back in, because otherwise I will forget. You guys know me. Alright, re-roll number 1. And the papers say we are doing 8. Okay, we've done quite a few 8s recently. We've done half of them. B8. That's next to the desert. So, let's snooze and find out what B8 is. So B8 is next to... I think it's actually... Yeah, it's that one there. Next to the Desert Temple, which, by the way, I absolutely adore. This has become one of my favourite biomes to muck around with. But let's find out what this is. Savannah/Acacia. Ooh, okay, I reckon I can do that. I need to go up by 6. I don't know if I'm going to go up by 6 because I just did up by 6. But I do want to make it so that, you know, you can come out of here and then just hop onto that. So that might be above 6. I don't know. But I've got a fair bit of stone on me to start off with. And I will find out what I can do with this stone. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to do. So let's get the biome border up. It's over here. Excellent. So let's do what we normally do, which is remove the debris. So the old trees, the lily pads, and any blocks that we don't need in this necessary biome. Take a breath to breathe, because I don't do that enough. And then start putting in a foundation for a new biome. Alrighty, so I will catch up with you when I have done that. Alrighty, so the border is technically in, so we can do that. Ooh, how fun. So it is going to be 2 separate layers or levels. It's going to be a higher level there and then a lower level here. And I'm just going to kind of sculpt that out now. I'm also leaving that block there just so that grass can spread to one of those 2 blocks above it, and then I can not have to worry about stealing blocks of dirt again. Oh, I'm so good at stealing. Wait, why does that sound awful? Probably because it is. So I'm going to start placing in more of the dirt, and then I'll catch up with you when I've done that, and then we can do some saplings together. And then maybe check out that biome over there. Where is it? It's there. Just about to see it. I can see that it still needs a few more blocks of grass. Yep. This is certainly a project. Why did I think this was going to be a fun base idea? I've got no idea how to make this shape either. Let's do that. Give it a little wiggle there. Give it a bigger wiggle there. I'm also having a lot of what I call bounce back. It's not actually called bounce back, but I call it that because it sounds far much fun than having to deal with bad Wi-Fi that decides, you know what, I'm not going to cooperate today because why would I? That's certainly a shape. I guess I can work with that. Oh, it's spread. Excellent. Okay, so now I can fill all of this in. So I'm going to quickly do that. It'll take about 30 seconds maybe. I know that a lot of people use like mini HUD or overlay to see what the light level is, but I like to use F3, F6, go to light level and then do always, just so I can see it in the top corner. Find the first 0 that I can, which is going to be this one. Place a torch. This area is all sorted. Head over to this area now. That's all kind of sorted, but I need to remember, you know, at some point in the future when I do the border, I need to remember to make sure everything's lit up. Alright, where's the 0? 0 is here. Let's plop a torch there. There's a creeper over there. So at some point I am going to need to make more maps and explore the outside of the border and actually have to make sure it's all lit up, which I really don't want to do. It looks like over here would be too dark, and I'm going to place down an extra torch there because you've got to remember there's going to be trees and stuff, so it's definitely going to be dark around this area. But we've got that one little grass block here and it's going to do some heavy work, so I'm going to leave it to that and I will catch up with you when some grass has started to spread. And if you're curious how you're supposed to get from one chunk to the next, I have not thought that far ahead. That is not a now problem, that's a... Oh, that's now problem. That's a in 5 months problem, and I realised that I need to do proper parkour across the biomes, I suppose. I don't know how I'm going to make all of these chunks connect. That's something that I hadn't really thought of too much. Righty, the grass is about a third of the way, but I have the acacia saplings and I'm going to just plop them down. No particular rhyme or reason, as usual. And the reason why I'm doing it a bit quickly is because I've got stuff that I need to do offline, so I kind of want to just AFK, let this grow as it goes. I'm not going to bone meal the saplings, but I am going to bone meal the ground a little bit, get rid of the tall grass, get rid of the flowers, just so there's some grass and stuff, make it all fancy. Yeah, there we go. I reckon that'll be on the way to something. Could be the title of today's episode, to be honest. So, this is going to be another case of wait for the grass to spread and wait for the saplings to grow. And I'm really impatient, so I'm going to go try do another biome. I really don't have the attention span for this, do I? This might end up being a bit of a long episode, but B8 is, as far as I'm concerned, almost completely done. It just needs to continue to spread. So what I'm going to do is I am going to look at the map. Okay, it looks a mess at the moment, but you've got to have faith in the process. And actually, tell you what, I am going to grab a bit of bone meal and head over to that little bit over there and add some grass in for the river biome that we made earlier. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot nicer. I am going to say that this biome, apart from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 pieces of grass that need to spread, this biome is completely done. I might do some tweaks in the future, but for now, I am happy with that. So, let's do another one of these. I might have to do a reroll, so I'm not going to put the nether back just yet. I'm going to pressure plate, grab the paper, 1, 2, there we go. So it's a D, where's D? There. We haven't got many Ds done, but we do have D8 done, so reroll time. And if you're wondering which D8 is, it's that one, which is the snowy forest, I want to say? Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so let's try that again. Reroll. Ooh. Okay, I don't know why that didn't log. I think I'm just having a bad Wi-Fi day. Yes, I am. Okay, so what did that say? 3? A3. Oh my god, we already done that one. It's the warped nylium. Is it nylium? I can't remember. But it's that blue one just there. Now I could do with some more A biomes, or I guess we could do a G, I suppose. G1, oh my god. Okay, how many times am I going to have to re-roll this? Okay, this should be the one. So this is a 3. A, oh my god, again? Okay, come on game. Play fair. So it's an 8 F. We've done that one. It was the mineshaft one. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, come on. Come on. Work with me. Please. 5. D5. Wait, we don't have D5. Oh, we found one. We found one. Right, let me get rid of B8 and put D5. What even is D5? I don't know, but we're definitely getting a huge amount of progress done now. Look at it filling up. So it's that one next to the deep ocean. Oh, okay, this could be interesting because I don't want the Nautilus to get loose. So let's find out what this is going to be. This is a spruce forest with berries. And it's up by 4 blocks. Okay. So what I need to do in between episodes is I need to head over to somewhere and find some sweet berry bushes. And maybe a fox. I think I might know where a fox could be though. Do you guys know? Anyway, today we have made a lot of progress, even if it doesn't seem like it. Well, it really doesn't seem like it to me, but that's because I've been busy for a while. Hey, one of the trees grew. Nice. Now I've got to make sure that it's in the correct chunk and not gone over. If it has, that's fine. I can deal with that. No, that one's all good. Cool. I might just bone meal these last few trees. I think this one's going to go over. Yeah, that one's definitely going to go over. Oh well. I can always tweak it in the future. But for now, I'm just going to let this do and let it do. Anyway, thank you all very much for tuning in for today's episode. I have had quite a bit of a productive one. Even if it doesn't seem like I've done too much, I have actually done quite a lot. So I'm really proud of myself. Especially seeing as I've had basically a bit of a creative block and I've just kind of been pushing myself through it. And I've kind of mentally been in the bin lately, so I'm trying to get myself out of that. Hopefully next episode we can get some progress done on D5 and you guys might be able to see the new mini game. Thank you all very much for watching this episode, and if for whatever reason I can't get the mini game sorted, that's fine. I'll have a backup plan. Cool, thank you all very much, and I'll see you in the next episode, whenever that may be. Goodbye!